Hi, this is Tawny with the Kinsman Free Public Library, and today's book recommendation is Heart-Shaped Box by Joe Hill. Heart-Shaped Box is as much a ghost story as it is a story about revenge and regrets, as well as grief. Our main character is an aging rock star, think along the lines of Ozzy Osbourne, Rob Zombie, or maybe even Alice Cooper, who has a knack for the theatrical. He also has a taste for the dark and the macabre and has been known to buy things like snuff films, possessed items, and other occult-themed purchases, which is how he ends up in the problem he is in this story. His personal assistant, while wandering through the internet, finds a listing for a haunted suit. That's right, a listing on eBay to buy a ghost. Naturally, our main character can't turn this fantastic idea down and buys it immediately without even stopping to think about who is selling their dead grandfather and why is their grandfather so scary. So he buys the suit and it comes in a beautiful heart-shaped box. He takes the suit out and his significant other goes to shake it out and is pricked by something in the suit. They can't find the cufflink or anything, so they don't think anything of it and they put it back. That's when all the problems start happening. You see, he really did buy a haunted suit. It wasn't just a story. There is a ghost attached to this suit, a ghost bent on revenge, because our main character indirectly had hand in another woman's suicide. Not intentionally. The story also covers mental health, quite in-depthly. She struggled with manic depression, and when he broke up with her, she didn't get any better. So he had no idea this would happen. So when he finds out after doing some research into the suit and realizing whose ghost he bought, he starts to remember her and starts to think maybe how he's been treating these women all his life isn't right. He always thought that these quote-unquote goth girls wanted him to be gruff and rough and not very pleasant towards them. But maybe that was the wrong way to go. So he starts to struggle with this idea, but also, not only is the ghost haunting him, but the ghost is haunting everyone in and around him. So his personal assistant, his current live-in significant other, they're all going to be affected by this ghost, one by one, until the ghost gets what it wants. This story is fantastically written. It is so creepy and atmospheric. You really get a sense of the anxiety of finding this weird ghost and trying to grapple with your hand in someone else's death, but not really being responsible because you can't blame yourself for things that are out of your control. So there's that whole idea as well. Joe Hill is actually Stephen King's son, and the novel reads very much so like an early King. It's atmospheric, it's creepy, it's not gory for the sake of gore, which is part of the reason I love it so much. A lot of horror can just, in my opinion, be gore for the sake of gore. But this one really relies on the things that go bump in the night and your own fears and insecurities. It also, despite being very Stephen King-esque, is about half the length of a Stephen King book, so it's a very quick and easy read. It doesn't take very long. It's not labor-intensive or a labor of love to read this book. I highly recommend it. Joe Hill has written some fantastic horror. Not only is Heart-Shaped Box one of his, but Horns, if you've seen that movie starring Daniel Radcliffe, is also a Joe Hill novel, which was just as fantastic and deals with very similar themes. So go ahead and give it a read. Let us know if you like it and what you thought, or if you've ever read a Joe Hill before, because I'm obsessed with his writing style. Alright, thanks for listening. Bye!